created a logic that submit the form and provide the post variables to the page. So we already have that post information, and what we should do now is when this form is submit is what we need is to save the data to the right table. So the table is provided with this post variable, which should be this kind of validation should be equal to component the current page, and for sure the form should be submitted. And now we can get all the data provided from the post and keep only that data that is part of our component that we need. And how we can do that? In order to do that, we will need this information, the columns information provided here, and we should filter the actually here in the extract columns field. Our logic provide all the data that we need, and it provides also the relationship, but we don't need, for example, to save the user type because the user type is already exists. So let's check how to provide only the first set of data here. In order to do that, we can create a filter command. Okay, and because we need these columns, we can relocate the post logic here. And now what we can do is to create a new variable and use array filter again. So that will be the columns that are only the columns part of our component. So columns, or let's say save columns. Okay, save columns, or better component columns. Okay, so the component columns, it will be filtered. We will need the columns and a function with each column, and inside we also will need to use the component variable. So here we will return only the columns that are from the current component. So that means we check if the item, so the item we are looking for not the name, the type, the parent. Yes, maybe the parent is called what we need. Okay, we will need to add here the column table. The component is column. The variable is table name. Okay, table name, exactly. So here let's filter the component should be the same as the current component, like that. For real columns, for real undefined. And the problem here is that columns doesn't have any default value, and we will provide that. Columns is by default empty, and now we can use it. So let's check what we have in our component columns. First we choose this one, Bulgaria, Sofia, submit, and we didn't receive any result. Let's check why. So firstly, we have selected the right. Let's check if we access this. No, okay, let's check the whole post. Whole post, okay. And we have the component profile, so it seems correct. Let's check the component now. The current component is array. Why it's array? Yeah, given this. Okay, component, tables, page ID. Component. File component. Okay, I think I know. Again, we have a conflict with our template here. Yeah. So we should fix that later. Maybe provide better weight for templates. For now, we're gonna define the component here. No, actually we need the component in the template. So we change the template should. Oh, here actually is the page. Okay, so why the component is array? It shouldn't be array. Component. Yes, here is a string. At some moment it is the components it's getting, yeah, because of, yes, here we use the component in the components template. It will be difficult to refactor that, so maybe it'd be better to factor this one. So let's say the current component, and here we don't need to dump it anymore. The current component again, use it here, and okay, so now when we dump the columns, we have only the relevant profile columns, which is good. So we have them, and also we have them, we can for each them. But for sure, we don't need the auto increment fields, so we also add another condition, or maybe we add this condition here in the save logic. So for each the component columns, and let's provide and generate the save logic. First, let's map the value to the component columns. key. Okay, and now component columns key value, it's equal to post component column name. Okay, we mapped the value, and now we should skip the ID component column extra is how to increment, then continue. In any other case, we can save the data. So let's generate the insert statement. So the insert statement could be let's begin here. SQL is insert into, okay, and then we will need to current component, it's dynamic. It's dynamic. Okay, and we should specify the columns. Or let's check what kind of syntax the insert command has. The first option is that way. Columns values. And I think we have also another option. Set set syntax. Okay, so I think that could be easier. So set And now we can save and map the fields. So we continue our SQL with the component column name, that is the field, which will be equal to component column value. But I think it's better to have this one an array values. Okay, we have the values, and then I can just implode by comma values. Let's print the SQL. And find index value in. Okay, let's see. This is the line. Component column, yes, component. Okay, yeah. Component columns, key, value. Insert into profile set street ID, SQL, user ID, SQL name, address. Since that we have everything that we need. And now let's execute the SQL. It is the main connection main query SQL, and if fact throws it's equal to 1, it's success. Okay, and in another case, fail saving data. Okay, so let's try again. Choose the type, choose the city, the user, test insert, let's say, and the address it's stored by, okay, this one. Fail saving the profile table. Let's check why. connection name, error, insert, okay, some syntax error, profile, set street ID, user ID, name. Okay, so why we have this twice? Street name and address is separated. Why? That's strange. Let's check the values. After the name, the name field comes with some extra values. Alright, so this is why this is why it's not we will need to use the PDO statements, because this is not enough secure. Even if we provided HTML special chars, when the insert word, which is the system word of the MySQL have been provided here, we can see that there is an error. So in the next tutorial we will switch from MySQLi to PDO in order to provide a better secure connection. For now we will just switch the values here. So let's again try. Test name, submit. Again we have an error. Alright, yeah, we should provide actually that is the problem, we should provide quotes here when we have when we have a string we will need these quotes. Okay, again we have an error. Street, user ID, name, address. After 2. After that we have an error. Okay, I don't understand why. Let's around the values with these quotes. Check if that is the problem, but I doubt. Okay. Again, no, have a problem. And it seems that the query is okay, but still we have that error. Insert into profile, set street ID. Alright, so street ID, user ID, name, test name, address, and the queries have finished. Okay, I will try to insert it directly. It works here. It works. Okay, so what's the problem? It works here, but it doesn't work. Street, user ID, name, address. Query SQL. Alright, so maybe the affected row, maybe this condition is not correct and it killed the last error. Okay, let's refresh the page. No, it doesn't work here. The right sentence to use near name, address, outline 1. The quotes are correct. The SQL seems correct. Insert into current set. Then the query it's okay. Okay, I guess maybe this syntax is deprecated. I guess only. So let's try with the other one. Values, table, columns. So values is this one. Okay, I think I found the problem. HTML special chars. This shouldn't be inside. It should be outside of the function. Yes, we just close the quotes and let's check again. Okay, success, save the data. And now if we check the profile table, we have the data here. Everything as we have selected. And we can reuse that logic. Let me clear the code. We can use that logic for each component automatically without any extra code. one code, a whole database managing. So for example, let's add a new service name, and it could be a phone. Why not home phone? The price will be this one. Okay, and now when I go to the service table, my connection is drop off, but actually again the profile table, the service table will have the right results.